first, the project I spoke of earlier, the 1.1 million or 3 million over 2 years, we can put into the housing rehab program and improve any number of houses, okay, and we can get that done. Second, we need to have better enforcement of the existing housing ordinances. It needs to be uniform and it needs to be rapid. And the model is in the park department, who can get grass cut in a nanosecond. But in the inspection department, we're a little slower. And so the model's there in City Hall, we just need to get it over out of one silo into the next. The last point is we need to get the police to enforce crimes on what I call quality of life crimes. The smaller crimes that don't get reported because all of us feel kind of embarrassed that that's bothering us and it's not something you call 911 on. Quality of life crimes are public urination, excessive noise, alleys blocked by cars, trash not picked up. All of us, including myself, feel a little guilty when we call that one in because it's not that big a deal. But quality of life crimes pull an entire neighborhood down fast. And I think we're deficient there on that in this city. I have great hopes for the new police chief because, well, there are no headlines in those crimes. That's how you buck up the neighborhood.
Well, I do think that we've got to build new housing in our neighborhoods, and there are current city programs. Mr. Farmer mentioned one of them, the housing rehab program. We have a housing replacement program that also builds new housing. So we need to look to continue those and try to enhance those programs. I think we also have to work with our nonprofits like Habitat for Humanity and Cooley Cap to try to build more new housing in those neighborhoods. So that would be one of my priorities. I also think that we've got to work with our large institutions, our large employers, to invest in our neighborhoods. The model that's happening with the Powell Hood Hamilton neighborhood and Gunderson Lutheran and the city, I think, is one that I've got a lot of hope for because that has the opportunities to create and recreate a new neighborhood with new green space and new housing there, along with obviously a great Gunderson Lutheran campus. And so as mayor and as a city, I think we've got to work with those large institutions to work with them to invest and to build housing and programs into our neighborhoods. And then I also think the third area is back to the community policing idea where, again, you're working with Neighborhood Watch and neighborhood associations in our police force to have them walking the beat, getting to know the neighbors, getting to know those businesses, and having those citizens and those neighbors feel comfortable that they can work with the police on all of those crime issues.
Thank you. You want to comment?
Yeah, I should have pointed out, the Housing Rehabilitation Committee, which oversees the rehabilitation of houses and the housing replacement program that Mr. Cabot just referenced, I've had the great pleasure of being chairman of for the last 22 or 24 years. And it is the greatest pride and accomplishment that I have had in City Hall. I don't toot my own horn on it very much, but there is nothing that has given me more pleasure at City Hall than that program. And in the last 20 years, there are 1,100 homes in Crosse that we have rehabbed, 1,100. Now, sometimes all the improvements are on the inside, so you can't see them. I'm always happy when they're out on the outside because that bumps the entire neighborhood. But I'm very proud of that program, and it is my very best work at City Hall, and I regret having to take extra time to mention it.
Okay.